need to continue exposing the lies.
Right.
We need to continue exposing the lies, so people know that, yeah, Africa is a beautiful place,
Right.
indeed.
Right.
Yeah, they get shocked, like, oh my God, that's Africa? I'm like, yeah, what did you expect? What did you really expect? But they never really show the good sides of Africa. And there are many reasons. Gosh, where to start from? The donations. How are they going to continue getting their donations when they're showing how developed we are? Do you know how much money flows in due to, how you call it, donations for different organizations? I don't want to call any names. They know themselves. But all that money is tax-free, and it doesn't reach the orphans per se. Maybe a small fraction of it. So all that is there, and they need to continue collecting that money. They will not. You're trying to. They're also trying to cover themselves. We're human beings.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a way of life.
Why should I get into your pocket? If you're letting me, we the Africans are letting them do this. If I'm letting you do this, why should I let you destroy my pocket that I'm feeding my families from? It goes both ways, the responsibility. What we need to do is to make sure that we hold those organizations accountable, again, giving money and donations to them, and not the money not reaching to the right sources. They've been collecting money to supply water before you and I were born. They're still collecting money to supply water.
And we have it in plenty here.
Yeah.
So it's an irony.
But they will show a well with little kids pumping water, struggling, and they will use that to collect money from each other. Yeah, and when you see those types of images and you feel you're in a better place, of course you will donate money.
Right.
And there are ways they use these donations. Friends of friends, you know, friends of friends. So.
Wow, I feel like I can sit here all day and
the
just,
issues are many.
Yes, there are many, and I'm glad, you know, this interview
The
is not
issues are
scripted.
so many.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't script this, because I wanted us to go the natural way.
Yeah.
But as the head of Trade and Investment Office of the President, Diaspora Affairs, based in the United States, what is your direct message to every person? I don't want to use the term descendants of slaves. It's very derogatory. But the brethren, the brothers and sisters that were captured and enslaved and then taken overseas as you know, during slavery, and now they have gathered a bit of money that is enough to help them set up here and at least make plans gradually to move back home. But then there's lots of, you know, they're having certain fears. What would be your message to such a brother, such a sister that is watching you right now?
Well, it's not really about the message. The message is already there within them. We are spiritual people.
Right.
Yeah, like we started from the beginning. We are spiritual people, and the continent is within them. You understand?
Right.
They want to come and see Africa. They want to experience motherland. Where did I come from? Where did my ancestors come from?
Right.
This beautiful place that I hear about. We need to put the structure there. We need to put the structure that enables them to have that, to skip that gap. You understand? We need to build a bridge. That's the right word to use. We need to build a bridge that enables them to actually reach the ground. That bridge is not there yet. Okay? So this is what I'm trying to do with King Kellen Cash. We are setting up tour groups whereby they will go to different African countries. And they've done Sierra Leone, Liberia, South Africa, doing Kenya next, and we're planning for Uganda.
Right.
And the goal is not to bring our brothers and sisters to see how we party in Kampala. No. Ghana did that with the Year of Return, and it was beautifully done, but they missed out one major aspect, to keep them as investors of the country. Yeah, because a lot of them came, and then they went back and they're like, now what? There was no follow-up. There was no follow-up. We want to do it differently. We are doing it differently. We want them to come, see the good and the bad, see the investment opportunities here. Yeah, we want to keep them here. And when you have a group of, let's say 30 people, okay, that's a small group. It might sound big, but it's small. It's a small group. You take prominent people in the society that you know they're going to work as referrers for others. This is what I saw. This is what I learned. This is what I know that I can do there, because a small capital in America is big here. So you can make a difference quite immediately here. You understand?
Right.
Yeah. So we all have to do something.
Right.
Yeah, we're not getting paid for this. It's the passionate that you have for your nation. That's the reason why you do stuff like this. So that's one way to do it, and that's one way of building the bridge. You understand?
Right.
Yeah, that's one way of building the bridge. So it shouldn't be about, I went to the continent of Africa, I went to Kenya, and oh, we had such a great time. We partied, we were at the beaches, we ate muchomo, and and now I'm back in the States and it's just memories. No, that's not what we're after. We want to keep them here.
Right.
Yeah, so by exposing investment opportunities, a structure, a proper structure where they feel that their money is safe. Because they work hard for their money too.
Right.
Yeah, there is no easy money anywhere.
Right.
Everyone wakes up at 5 or maybe 4 in the morning even and go look for that money.
Right.
So you want to know that, okay, if I'm investing 3 years of hard work, it should pay off.
Right.
Yeah, it should pay off. So we're trying to do that. So we need to build a bridge before even talking about, oh, they need to come to Africa. For what? For what? If I tell you today, I'm in the Caribbean, someone gave me your number, I want to come to Africa, you have to be able to ask me what's bringing you to Africa. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm actually very glad that you exposed the investment aspect. And very interesting because you and I crossed paths as we were planning for the African Diaspora Investment and Community Expo, which we've already started working on with Brother Kellen, Brother Phil, Brother Sharif, yourself, and myself. And I believe that this is it. I believe this is it because I wouldn't want to invite a group of 10, 20 people to come and see the waterfalls, come and see. As much as those things are good,
that's part of our country is very beautiful. I have to say.
Right.
I've started to tour around myself. I'm a city person, and everywhere I go, I'm in the city.
Right.
But I started actually to go out and see the country, and I was so amazed and a bit saddened that I hadn't done that before. Yeah. So we have to put it out there.
Right.
We have to put it out there.
Right. And also, in addition to exploring the beauty of Africa, there has to be an intention to expose and identify investment opportunities, especially for our diasporan brethren, because I talk to many of them and they're telling me, hey, Douglas, I have 50,000, I have 70,000, I have 80,000. What do I do? I'm like, come first. Look at the land. Look at what other people are doing in the realm of business. Explore, see where you fit in, see who you can connect with, then plan to invest. Because some of them get excited. Like I have more than 4 people telling me how much they have, and I think one sister from she's from Missouri. And they're excited about investment, but then they do not necessarily. Some of them want to do that in the safety of America, in the safety of the Caribbean, without
we don't have the safety
base,
net. We don't have the safety net, and unfortunately, a lot of people too have been ripped off.
Right.
Yeah,
and this is it actually.
Yeah, because they feel that we have the same structure that they have in America or the Caribbean. We don't have that yet. So you can't just send your money and rely on someone opening up a company for you and doing the right thing for you. This requires footwork. You have to put your feet in it and make sure you're getting into not just a new country or continent. It's a new culture, new ways of communicating. Maybe some people are not familiar with contracts, and there are a lot of things that you need to understand when you're opening up a business, that you just don't take your money and hand it to someone and expect the money to come back to you.
Right.
In most cases, it doesn't.
Right.
Yeah. So it would be very good if you can build agents, for example.
Right.
Yeah, agents that are trustworthy. Yeah,
Right.
that can deal with that type of
Yes.
arrangements.
And I'm actually very interesting that it's very interesting that you mentioned agents, because there is one brother, I believe that is what he's attempting to do. He's a brother in Northwest Florida. Yeah, I think because of the kind of work that he does, I won't mention his name, but he has set up an agency to he's African American. You know, well, I don't want to say African because the Africans in America, there is nothing American about our brethren. I mean, the Africans.
Well, I always ask them,
you
what
know.
does the American and dash before?
You know,
What has it done for you?
So I mean, and
that
he's
comes after the African. Just stick to the African and come
Yes.
join us.
You know, so I mean, because the reason that's why I'm sticking on the investment aspect is because we want to be able to harvest that crave that is building in the hearts of Africans, especially outside of Africa, to come home. And
But you need to understand, and I'm sorry to cut you off, you need to understand, I don't know how knowledgeable you are with finances, but you need to understand that in the States, for example, the dollar has no value as it has here, and they know that now. They understand that what you can get in America is almost nothing to what you can get with a dollar over here. So the dollar still has some power outside, while on ground in America, it's really deflating a lot. Yeah, so they're starting to understand that, and the fact that it only requires a minimal capital for you to set up something nice here and be convenient. People are tired of sitting 4 hours in traffic to go to work, you know, back and forth. They're tired of school shootings, their children not being safe in school. They're tired of the crime rates, you know. Crime is everywhere, but, you know, these are balanced. You understand? On top of that, high taxes, and they don't see where the world is going in that sense. They're looking at other places like, oh my God, I can actually have my own business in Africa under the tropical weather and work 6 days and just chill. Why not? Let me take my money and do just that. Yeah, a lot of people have started to see the benefits.
And I'm sure they've had that. That's one point that you brought out very clearly. The weight of the dollar is still very relevant down here, which is not the case in America or even Europe. I mean, you can with
even the euro. I mean, come on now, even the euro. Europe is a different animal anyway, but it's all the same.
Yes,
it's all
it's
the
same beast with different faces.
It's not. Things have changed. Unfortunately, not for the good. Yeah, unfortunately, not for the good. So when I meet people here, they're like, oh, Olivia, I want to go to Europe or to America or to the UK. I've been saving up this money. I said, take the money, open up a good business and sit yourself here. There's no way you fail. There's no way you fail to make money here. I don't see that. But you think that you're going to take all the investment just to get someone to help you set up something there. What happens when you get there? They have rules and regulations there. Are you living here with a working permit? Then go ahead. Go ahead. Take all your savings and do that, because you're having a good setup from the beginning. But if you're just going to be received by some stranger and then we're going to see how to find you a job, where to start from, you don't need the hassle. If you have enough money you saved up, open up business here. You'll be good. You'll be good.
And
I mean, the businesses all over the place. It's quite amusing. You know, we're complaining about money as Ugandans, poverty, and so on. But everyone is opening up a business. And everyone is making their own money. Yeah. So obviously there's money to make here.
And they need to know that. Our people need to know that, especially from the diaspora, that with little capital, even as little as $10,000, you can set up something very, very epic. And
the challenge comes when you need to be on ground. The challenge comes from that. You need to be on ground, and you can't rely on that capital to sustain you.
Right.
You have families to feed.
Right.
You know, if there was a different setup where, you know what, a lot of people have started doing crowdfunding. There are a lot of rules and regulations around that. And it's working out very well. The same setup needs to be put up. It doesn't need to be crowdfunding here, that you collectively put money together and do something. It can be agents that are reliable. Listen, I'm going to push for the next 6 months. I'm going all in, 2 jobs. Once I have the money, I'm sending it. What's the hard cookie right now that I can invest in? You understand?
Right.
Yeah. And you get that help. Okay, you can put your money here. We'll make sure, what kind of business is going to be going in and so on. We don't have that. We don't have that yet. We don't have that.
I believe that we can begin to deliberately set up agencies that deal with that kind of in other words, helping people identify particular investment opportunities, and we can actually have a digital version of something like that where people can just at least after making the trip to Uganda or to each other.
Because no one wants to wait until retirement.
Right.
And even retirement is not the same anymore. What people used to get from their pension can't even pay their rent anymore. You understand?
Right.
Yeah, so you need to save up. You have your governmental retirement, but then you need to have additional savings to make sure you're going to be in a well-off situation. So it's a struggle.
Right.
It's not easy. It's not easy. There's no quick money in the Western world anymore. It doesn't exist.
So the future is here, but then our people need to first make the trip and understand the cultural dynamics, understand the economic dynamics that are driving businesses here.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I normally say that Europe and America, that's the past. Asia is the present, but Africa is the future. Recently, we discovered 310 million tons of gold, worthy an estimated 12 trillion.
Love that.
And the news in the corridor says Uganda is like the richest country right now under the sun. What do you?
Uganda has never been in a place of poverty,
right.
Per se. Everything needs regulations, really.
Right.
The continent of Africa is not in a position to be in poverty as we are and have experience, because we're working on money, we're working on minerals.
Right.
Yeah, and if we had and this is another thing that we need to set up as Africans for the continent. We need to have agencies that are actually going around and scanning for minerals.
Right.
Yeah, because we're discovering them by chance.
Every day and every day. Today is Uganda, the next time it will be probably Malawi discovering
we're discovering
wells of
just
oil.
like they discover diamonds in the backyard in Liberia and in places like that. We're discovering our minerals by chance. But if we had an agency set up just for that,
would be much
people will understand. They would understand that, oh my God, I put this small house here, but it's actually sitting on a gold mine. We don't dig that deep. We really don't. So, but the truth is, every step we're taking, every footstep you're taking right now, we're sitting on money. We're sitting on minerals.
Right.
But because we don't have the means to do our research, to take samples from the soil. What are we looking for? We don't do that. So we're discovering everything by chance. And once we discover it, there's someone, hanging by the shoulder to come and snatch it.
Right.
You understand? We need to stop giving our minerals as well. It's ours. It's our soil. Let's renegotiate. Yeah, let's put the terms. Because you can't leave from here and go to America and start telling them, oh,
I'm excavating.
I'm excavating here, and this is how much I'll give you for your minerals. Are you out of your mind? You will disappear in no time.
Right.
Take the same door you came in.
Right.
Yeah. So we need to take our minerals serious, because we are the richest continent. Everyone knows that.
Yes.
And everyone talks about, oh, it's amazing how you guys don't take it serious. again, it's the same people that come and snatch everything from us or try to. But the seriousness starts with us.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And us being the Africans on the continent and in the diaspora, because the diasporans are a very peculiar group of Africans, honestly, because they have, you guys have the exposure to the kinds of skills, knowledge, and expertise that we could use even to do what you just talked about, the scanning the ground, doing this this excavation.
But it's teamwork.
Yes.
It's teamwork. Let's say I have the means now, and I don't know if this at the government level when it comes to land. How is it in Uganda? If I find gold on my property, that's my gold. Right? That's my goal.
Yes, that's your goal.
It's my goal. It's my land.
You should get paid, not just taken out of the picture.
Yeah, I shouldn't be just taken out of the picture. I'm not sure about the process. I'm not sure about the process, but what I'm trying to say is, even if I come with the knowledge, it has to be applied here. Are you ready to receive me? 100%.
We are making the plans.
You know, are you ready? Because
we are building
you on the ground are
bridges.
very difficult as well. Let's mention that. Let's really talk about that, because a lot of obstacles are here on ground. Yeah, a lot of people mean well, but when they get here, it's like they need they need their hands to be greased.
Right. To get busy.
Douglas would take me somewhere, but grease his hands first. And then you get to Office A, and Office A will listen to you and say, well, I can take you to the right person, but you know, I'm a bit thirsty.
Right. And I know you've bumped into it, even personally.
No, nobody dares. No, I'm very respected. This hasn't happened to me, but I have friends.
Right.
It's the culture. We know this is what happens. This is what happens. It shouldn't happen. Unfortunately, it does. And when you come here, you're so excited. I'm going to do this for my country. And then you get here and all these obstacles, and you're like, to hell with them. I have my life.
Right.
Yeah, I would just go for vacations. You understand? So we need to be facilitated the right way on ground as well.
Right.
Yeah, you have to want it as much as I want it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we're doing it for the future generations.
Right.
Yeah. If I already have and I have enough to come back and invest, I should be well received.
Right.
Oh my God. Yes, I should be well received and well represented. The structures there. You know, no one should hustle me.
Right.
Bringing money back to the country and bringing jobs for the youth. Should be respected enough to be well treated and make sure that whatever I want to put up goes in a straight line.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the people from the other side are very well received. So I think it's
but it's not just
I mean,
just our country. I will
know.
tell you this because I work with different African countries. It's a virus amongst us that needs to be terminated. Yeah.
And
it is.
the funny thing is when the Bazungu investors come here, they're not subject to these kinds of funny things that we subject our very, very own people to. And this is one thing that
well,
I
there is a
personally,
fear.
you know.
There is a fear that the white man comes with. And I don't know if it has to do with the colonial ancestors of theirs. They left a certain fear imprinted in the black man. And we always open the doors for them freely. But there are some also that have been ripped off. Don't be deceived. There's some that also been facing a lot of obstacles. But again, knowledge applied to what you want to do really is the key for you not to get ripped off. Because they get ripped off too. They do. And I'm sure they get those deals too where it's like, listen, I'll help you out, but you need to grease the hands first. Grease the hands, I'm all slidey.
But actually, it is important that we expose some of the things that could deter our people from coming.
This is nothing new.
Yes.
This is nothing new. This is nothing new. No one goes around daydreaming like, oh, I would just get my ticket, take all my money and invest in this country and it's going to be a smooth process. It hasn't yet.
Right.
It hasn't, even in the smallest scale. It hasn't, because there's always a hustler. There's always, listen, anytime something good comes around, there's always a negativity following it.
Right.
Yeah, just like with technology, blockchain and cryptocurrency came along. It's amazing, and really we shouldn't sleep on this. But then there are different group of people that saw the opportunity to scam people. You understand? If you're lazy to do your research, yeah, you're putting yourself in a danger of losing your money. Because why would you use an agent to invest your money for you? The whole purpose of cryptocurrency, of the blockchain, is for you to be in charge of your money.
Right.
Yeah. So why would I use an agent?
Especially someone you don't even have a prior relationship or working arrangement with.
Yeah, but hackers are there for a purpose.
Right.
Yeah, scammers are there for a purpose. It's the hustlers. That's their way of surviving. It's up to you to protect yourself.
Right.
Yeah, it's up to you to protect yourself. Everyone is hungry. Everyone has a mouth to feed. Maybe 10. So you can't be mad at them. You are responsible. You are responsible. Yeah.
Right. Words of wisdom from once again we are continuing with our sister Olivia Nantongo, and it's an interesting conversation that we're having, and I would love also to take this opportunity to allow you to speak to the audience about the different platforms where you can be followed. I know you're well established in the realm of health. You can tell us a bit about struggles and triumphs. I know that's the name of your YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying, guys. I need your support. If you come and push me, yeah, because well, first and foremost, I'm a content contributor for the African Diaspora channel.
Yes.
King Kellen kind of pushed me. Come on, join us, and I eventually joined. I'm a health. A wellness nutritionist, okay? So everything is within the health realm. Of course, we can talk about anything, but then it's pushing me to have my own channel, which is Struggles and Triumph. I might just name it Olivia Nantongo because everybody keeps saying it should be your name. So I might change the name, but I just started actually getting active when, unfortunately, I had some family losses, and I had to, put everything aside and focus on the family. But yeah, I want to continue that, spread the knowledge, everything that I've been telling you. Collectively, if you have the knowledge, spread it, share knowledge. It's very important. So I will continue doing that and help me to get a following, Yeah. Help me to get a following. The YouTube channel.
Struggles
and Triumphs. And because everything through life is a struggle, it doesn't necessarily have to be negative. Because without struggles, where would we be? Where would you be today if you didn't have to struggle a little bit? We need that struggle as a push in life. We do. And most of the times, when you go through a struggle, I see this as planting a seed, because you come out of it blooming. Yeah, you really do. So negative and positive, they go hand in hand. And then my Instagram is onnantongo1. Again, I haven't been that active on social media. I intend to. I get so busy that but I will try to. Yeah, because apparently it's a demand that I get busy. So.
So YouTube is Struggles and Triumphs. Instagram is onnantongo1. The links will be tagged in the description below. Be sure to follow her on YouTube, subscribe, like, and comment. Even on Instagram. Yeah,
why not? Please. We are family.
Yeah. Like
where I'm lacking, where I'm slacking, let me know. I take every criticism as a good thing. We need to be criticized in order to grow. Yeah, and even the haters are watching, so they're helping you grow too. So I'm that positive.